Hello guys, it's Galen. Galen's got Parkinson's. I make no apologies for today because this isn't going to be easy for me, and I'm deliberately doing it now because it's not easy, and I've waited and waited until a good time comes, and a good time hasn't come. So I've turned the camera around to face me. Because I've just struggled today, and I'm not crying about it. No, not crying about it. The purpose of this is to show you how I try to carry on painting even when things are a bit crock, and I'm hoping you can have a laugh. I'll tell you what, let's count this as comedy. This is comedy painting at its best. But no, seriously, get the idea. Can you carry on painting when you've got Parkinson's? Yes, you can. Might be not very nice, but you can do it. So, you know, I think you've got the message. I'm going to surprise you a bit, I think, because the brush I'm going to use, look, I'm cracking open a new brush just for you. Oh, teeny weeny. And the shaking is, that's going to be what happens. You might be surprised to see me using such a small brush. Intuitively, you might think I use a big brush. But no, because if you use a big brush and you make a mistake, the mistake's bigger. If you're shaking with a little brush, you can only make little mistakes. That's what I said to my wife. So, there you go. Lesson number one, big brush, big mistakes, little brush, little mistakes. This figure, some of you might recognise, is an old 1980s Citadel figure. Now, on the base, you know, there's a metal bit comes out the feet, and on it says something like Moon Outcast. And I've looked through all the references I've got, and I can't find anything, because all the moon stuff is about orcs and the cultists who are a bit weird. He looks like an elf. So I'm going to paint him as if he's an elf, but you can tell he's an old chap. These are not my figures. I'm painting them for a friend who likes to give me projects that I can't do because it makes him laugh. So what I always do is I start off by painting. Well, I've undercoated this chap. If you look back through earlier videos, you will see there has been a debate about undercoating. And for this fella, I've undercoated him. So I always start off at the top and I work down. And I get all my paint out. So I've got dark versions of everything. And I usually use Foundry or Citadel paint. Not exclusively, but largely. So I'm going to do his hair. And I'm going to... Oh, go on. You can see the mess. I'm going to get this in. I'll not finish this today. What I will do is persevere until we have a finished figure. No, I'm not worried about going on to the rest of his clothing, and I'm not really worried about the bits I'm missing, because I'll get them cheeky little things at a later date. And I'm also, for the purposes of this video, and just to prove that I've learnt things, I'm trying to hit that little bit there, look. Can't do it. I'm also trying to show you that I know I've not done the back. I will do the back before we do the next bit of the video. Interestingly, when I look on YouTube, well, it depends how I look on it, but if I look at YouTube from certain angles, I don't mean standing on my head, I mean like for on my phone or on the YouTube channel on the laptop or whatever, I get different readings for how much of things I've done. I'm sure that's quite normal, but on the TV version it says this is my 100th video when it finally comes out. It's not what I planned. I planned to do something very exciting, but the sort of shakes took me by surprise, and I thought it was too good an opportunity to miss, really. I'm not going to make this a long video because I know it's probably Extremely tedious, especially for those of you who are airbrushing, painting. I used to be good at painting, believe it or not. In fact, I used to be a professional war games painter for a company. And my days are long gone. So you see, you can see that that is not carefully done, can't you? I'm not pretending. It's just, this is what happens. So that's the dark flesh. That's foundry. So next, I'm going to do sort of his cloak. I'm going to do his cloak dark green, because he's at elf. So I've got foundry, flame green, shade. I love this colour. It's like one of them, you know, that Citadel used to do, snot green. It's one of those colours that I return to time and time again. Now, in an ideal world, I wouldn't make too many smudges onto the bit I've done above. But you and I know, if nobody else does, that this is not an ideal world. This is anything but. My granddad used to say, if the world were fair, don't be paint over. if the world were fair, he'd be in the back of a horse and carriage with Mary Lloyd. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but I suppose I used to say to the kids at school when I was a teacher, kids would say, it's not fair. I said, no, if it were fair, I'd be in the south of France with Michelle Pfeiffer. I suppose it's a similar reference. Or another thing he used to say, it's not fair. I said, no, it's like Black Beauty's bottom. That's not fair either. Which I didn't get for a long time. Actually, he didn't say bottom. He said a naughty word. I'm not saying a naughty word. I try not to say naughty words on here. If you notice, it's not because I don't. I do say naughty words. I just don't. I don't want to get in that bit. I don't want to offend anyone out there who thinks, oh, I don't like that. He says naughty words. I'm trying to do a bit of cloak back there, and I've missed everything. I've painted the stand. Oh, let's give that a miss. That went down badly. You've got to laugh, haven't you? Well, you haven't, but if you don't laugh, you cry. So now, it's got a leather jerkin on. So let's go to deep brown leather shade, another foundry paint, which is very nice. Deep brown leather paint. There we go. And I can see probably better than you, but it'll come out when I ink him. He's got superb sort of deep, sort of like each piece is patched together. I mean, for an 80s figure, this is a cracking figure. And you think what we were getting before this, it's brilliant. Now, again, you can say, look, I'm not trying to get it perfect. It's not going to matter. When I do the next video, you'll see that it don't matter. I'm going to hide it, hopefully. But if you can't hide it, I don't know what's going to happen if I can't hide it, mate. I'm going to be up a gum tree. I nearly said a naughty word again then. What are you doing to me today? You're making me, tempting me to say naughty words, you bad watchers. And you haven't even subscribed, have you, you cheeky beggars? I know, nobody's going to comment, nobody's going to subscribe. So you're all sat there judging me, laughing. And at the end of the day, nobody loves me. I've got Parkinson's disease, did I mention? I'm going for the sympathy vote. That wasn't worthy. I shouldn't have done that. Right, so now what we got here? Oh yeah, now he's got some leather bits and bobs. So he's got a leather bag. It's like a satchel. There, keeps his sandwiches in it. He's got a leather belt, and I'm also gonna do his boots in this same. This is buff leather. So I like the idea of him having nice soft boots. Is it a Velvet Underground song? Shine boot. Oh, look at that. Look at that for a smudge. Oh, and again. Oh, freaking heck. Man, I'm shaking like an epileptic spider here. Good grief. I don't know what to tell you. It's all gone belly up. They're all doomed. And then I'm going to give him, I've had a thought about this. I'm going to give him, because I think it's funny, I'm going to give him fancy trousers. So he's going to have one dark yellow leg. And I've just this minute thought of this. I was going to give him 2 yellow legs, but I'm not. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give him a bright red leg. He's going to have a yellow leg and a red leg. Because that's ideal when you're hiding in a forest, isn't it? Do you know, I read somewhere, you tell me if this is rubbish, but I read somewhere that Robin Hood, Robin Hood, the original ones, were like advertising jingles. And that Lincoln Green is actually a shade of red. Don't know what I think of that as a theory, but might be some homework for you. The teacher in me, I never stop wanting to give people homework. Now this looks black that I'm going to use now. Now, if it's not, I apologise. It'll be in keeping with everything else. So this is going to be like all the metalwork. Oh, I hate black. Have you got a colour you don't like painting with? I don't like painting horses. Don't know why, just don't. Don't like painting horses, and I don't like painting with black. And this is now becoming a serious nightmare. I might have to go into therapy after this. Gosh, look at this mess. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let it dry, just so you know what's happening behind the scenes. Let it dry. And then, when it's dry, I'm going to paint the back that you can't see. So, turn the camera around again. You noticed, didn't you? Well done. I'm going to leave him. I know that's been an absolute shambles, but I thought it was important to see what happens when I try to paint, but I'm not giving up. My suggestion would be that you don't. I'm going to do another one and it's going to be just as bad, and then I'm going to do a third one and that's going to be just as bad. I'm going to do a fourth one when I'm in therapy, having special sessions to try and calm me down. Probably the best bet is don't watch them, don't watch this, don't subscribe. Don't tell anybody about it. Let's keep it a secret. What you've watched is me having a complete breakdown publicly. If you've enjoyed this, there's something wrong with you. I hope you've had a laugh, really, honestly. And I hope the fact that I'm having fun doing the game is coming across. Wargame is fun. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing's going to stop me. Well, I suppose it might. But watch this space. Ta-ra,